guys, what's up? So I decided that I'm going to do a video comparing Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, and I'm just gonna, damn it, I can never just accept that I don't know how to say it and I can't commit either confidently to a name. So we're gonna compare Fangirl and Eliza and Her Monsters. So we'll start off by saying that the two, well, one, it's not so much a versus, like oh, this one's better than this one's better than that one. Just comparing similarities. If you like Fangirl, why you'd like Eliza. You know, kind of like that type of deal. So, for starters, they're both about very similar subject matter. They both contain a fan fiction writer and people who like to create their own things. Both of the main characters have a web presence. They're around the same age. Eliza is a senior in high school, about to graduate and go to college. Cather is a freshman in college. It's her first year. And so they're around the same age, going through kind of similar stuff. Both have sort of a social anxiety, though Eliza definitely has it a lot worse than Cather. She even has panic attacks. Oh, this video definitely has spoilers, by the way, not leaving anything out. So another thing that's really similar about these books, and it's the way the book is set up as well, is in Eliza, if I can find a page, she has excerpts from her webcomic that she creates online called Monstrous Seas. And in Fangirl, I don't really need to find it. Well, I guess I can look. I can't find it. They have excerpts from her fanfiction Carry On. And I like that the authors decided to put that in there so you can kind of see what the character's creating. Carry On even went on to be its own novel written by Rainbow Rowell that you can go buy. I plan on doing it very soon. I'm curious to see if Monstrous Seas takes its own form into a physical, like, graphic novel, comic book, however they choose to do that. I kind of wish they would because I'd be really interested in reading it. I think it would go really well with the book. So, of course, both of these have a love interest. Scandalous. In Eliza and Her Monsters, his name is Wallace. He goes by the screen name Rainmaker, and he's a fan fiction writer for Monstrous Seas. He posts online, and he actually is trying to turn the comic into a novel and get it published. At the end, he's got to deal with a publishing company to publish the novel of her webcomic. But when the two meet, she actually doesn't know, well, he does not know that she is the writer of the webcomic because she does choose to remain anonymous. And she later finds out that he's Rainmaker, but it wasn't like, oh shit, there's this guy I flirted with online 2 weeks ago. In Fangirl, she ends up falling in love with this guy, and it's more gradual. And over time, who at first she thought was her new roommate's boyfriend, but Cather kind of pushes it away, and he's there for her all the time. But anyway, I think I like these two books, mostly because I understand Eliza a lot, her anxiety, I really understand, and I get that. And Cather, when I read Fangirl, I was a freshman in college. I was going through the same types of things as she was, and I could understand where they were in those points in their lives. And I think that's why I love these books both so much. They also develop you in two stories. Like, you're sucked into Monstrous Seas as much as you are the story of Eliza. And Carry On, obviously, you're sucked in. That's why it's its own book now, which is really impressive. I like how the authors managed to make both of these characters very real. It's not like a John Green book where they're too smart, they just come off way too sophisticated for kids of that age. Like, this is what a high schooler would act like. In Eliza, she lashes out at her parents, her brothers, torment her endlessly, even though they end up to be her biggest defenders in the end. In Fangirl, she's going through real problems. Her sister's an alcoholic, her mom passed away, her dad's suffering through the loss of his two girls, and they're all like real life problems. They're not to say that John Green doesn't write about real life problems, but they're very exaggerated problems that it's kind of hard to relate to. But both of these books are very Very relatable. If I had to pick a favorite, I don't know if I could. I want to say it's Fangirl. There's just some really witty lines in there that I really appreciate. And Catherine's not as whiny, where Eliza definitely does come off as whiny. She hates her parents for trying to communicate with her and connect with her, which I can understand, but at the same time, like, stop pushing them away so hard, like they won't be there for you. It's not that they don't get what you're doing, you just won't talk to them about what you're doing. But I understand, teenager, like, your parents are never going to really understand you. One thing I didn't like about Eliza and her monsters was when they brought up Wallace's dad. He sent a very long email kind of explaining, hey, I've been lying to you this whole time. Here's my life story, here's where I'm from. And it all seems really, really out of nowhere. I wish maybe they would have hinted that Wallace was hiding something a little bit sooner. Because I feel like they just kind of, you're like, whoa. Another thing is, I think Wallace is an idiot. Because he he didn't realize who Eliza was. And it was very, very obvious. For example, the first time she ever mixed a webcomic update, she just so happened to be at a party with Wallace. She just so happened to be out to dinner with him and his family. So it's kind of like, dude, how didn't you know? And he even says it when he finds out, he's like, how did I not realize it sooner? I'm like, yeah, seriously, how? How did you not? She was able to correct him on things that he's like, wow, I don't think anyone else paid attention to that. Well, yeah, she wrote it, genius. But, I just loved both of these books so much. I don't know if I'll ever find anything like them, but I also said that after I read Fangirl, which threw me into my most recent reading slump. Because I was like, wow, I love that so much. These are both books that I devoured in less than 24 hours. They're very easy to read, very enjoyable. Honestly, I loved both of them dearly. I like the covers because they're very simple. I like that they're both green, even though I know Fangirl has different covers. There's also a yellow one. Does anyone know why that is? Why Rainbow Rowell has multiple covers for her books, but they're just colors. Like, it's not, I know some books have different covers, especially if there's a movie copy, or like the Mortal Instruments series. She's got a whole revamp of covers. But then it's like, you can get Fangirl in yellow, or you can get it in green. Which do you prefer? So, I don't know. I highly recommend all of these. It's Fangirl definitely to anyone in their freshman year of college, and they're kind of like trying to find their place. I would definitely say this is a good read for you. Anyone who like anyone going through like anxiety problems, who feels like people just don't get it, I think Eliza would be good for you, not because it's going to give you some revelation of, oh my god, here's how I fix my anxiety. It's like, you know, someone gets it. It's the whole point of Eliza. Her and Wallace get each other. They understand because she spends all of her time online with these online friends, and she thinks no one in person is ever going to understand her or what she likes or what she wants, but Wallace gets it. And I think everyone needs someone who gets it. But these two books, amazing, very similar, highly recommend. If you read one, you'll love the other. I have no doubt about that at all. Feel free, check them out, do yourself a favor. I'll see you guys later.